The timing in hosting this year's World Economic Forum conference couldn't have come at a better time for the country. Revenues are up 20% since the new year began, and spending has likewise surged 10%, combining for a recipe called surplus, as Finance Chief Ralph Recto describes. And visiting delegates from far and wide are agreed and upbeat on the country's economic resilience, dynamism, and bright future, as our Sujin Kim elaborates in this report.
The appetite for investing in the Philippines is increasing.
Economic and business leaders from all over the world gathered to participate in the World Economic Forum roundtable discussion in Manila, Philippines. International officials recognized and expressed their support for the Philippines and the country's vision of turning into a dynamic and resilient economy.
There is a lot of optimism in the Philippines, but also around the Philippines globally. The economy here has really showed how resilient it is. We are seeing a lot of global business interest.
World Economic Forum President Borga Brenda is optimistic that with the advancement in reforms, we can expect in the next decade to grow into a $2 trillion economy. Granted, there will be further investments in education, infrastructure, and the knowledge economy.
The World Economic Forum, we are very bullish on the Philippines, provided the reforms do continue.
The official believes that countries feel more at ease and confident with the economic trajectory of the country, given the sound and stable monetary and fiscal policies.
It's also an opportunity for the Philippines to get increased investments, especially in the manufacturing area. It is now, together with Vietnam, the fastest growing economy in the region.
Department of Finance Secretary Ralph Recto even mentions how for the last 2.5 months, revenues have been up 20% year-on-year, while spending is up 10% year-on-year, which means the country is experiencing a surplus. The Finance Secretary says this is the first time of having a roughly 88 billion peso surplus, which is nearly double the figures in January of last year.
So far, we're hitting the numbers, surpassing the targets, and we hope that continues.
The WEF is assisting the Bureau of Internal Revenue and the Bureau of Customs in analyzing the collection of taxes in terms of who they should be collecting from, as well as where to concentrate the collection. Finance Secretary Recto underscored how the optimism in the Philippine economy has compelling basis and is underpinned by a proven track record of fiscal discipline.
So reducing inflation and, of course, promoting investment. And that's why WEF is here. There is interest in the Philippines. That's why we're passing CREATE. That's why we're doing PPPs.
Moreover, when asked whether the government is still on track in its pursuit to achieving the status upper-income middle-class country by 2025, National Economic and Development Secretary Sentro Balita says he is confident and chances are high.
Assuming that we can achieve at least 6% growth of GDP, no? And by all indications, I think that 6% should be doable. No?
In addition, he says with slower population growth, the national income per capita or GDP per capita forecasts remain favorable. The officials highlight that growth in the economy has much to do with the positive reforms such as the Public-Private Partnership Act, the ease of paying taxes law, the executive orders for green lanes, and the streamlining of telco towers, among others.
The administration, in less than 2 years, has already passed so many reforms, no? And as we speak, we are working on more, no? For example, we have CREATE More, which was passed by the House yesterday.
The Philippines is on track with its growth performance, solid credit profile, steady fiscal consolidation, and economic resilience, which in turn allows the Philippines to position itself as a frontrunner in the ASEAN region.
That every day it's a daily grind for us to try to bring in as many investments as we can.
Sujin Kim from the National TV Network for the New and Better Republic.